That is simply spectacular. Views across the whole of the centre of Bangkok. It seems like this is the one to beat. Good morning and welcome to the Ari neighborhood, the neighborhood that I'm staying in for my first month in Bangkok, and the area that I want to deep dive today to see if somewhere that I would like to live long term, and maybe it's somewhere that if you're visiting Bangkok, maybe you want to stay in this area. But regardless of those two things, we have a great day planned, from food, as you can see, to cafes, to walking about and getting the vibe of the neighborhood, to cocktails in the evening. It's going to be a great video. However, you cannot beat starting the day in Thailand with a bowl of noodles. And when I walked past and I saw Uncle cooking in his, well, an unconventional place, I would say, for a restaurant, a bit of a warehouse, but he just looked so passionate and he looked so cute, let's say. Now, I knew this was going to be good. So it's beef noodles and it's absolutely jam-packed with stuff. I went for the special. So you've got the rice noodles, you've got the morning glory, you've got all different cuts of beef, from beef balls to stewed beef to tendons. You've got vegetables in there. It's absolutely jam-packed. And the broth, a little bit of blood in there as well to richen it up, to thicken it up. Absolutely looks amazing. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So rich, so bold, so powerful, and just 70 baht, under $2. It's an absolute steal. Cheers, guys. I think that one might be a 9.5 out of 10 bowl of noodles. I'm not gonna lie. One of the best I've had in a long time. I mean, I've only been here a few days, but you get the point. I'm gonna finish breakfast, and then we're gonna wander into the center of Ari and get this video going. I've made it to Central Ari by the BTS station. So the good news is there is a BTS station, so a SkyTrain, and it's pretty well located on the line. Ari is just north of the main centre of Bangkok, the main shopping area, let's say, where the big shopping centres are. So it's pretty easy, just 4 stops, not a problem. But as with any SkyTrain station, Ari seems noisy, it seems chaotic, it seems a little bit not really somewhere that I would like to be, just a little bit too much. The good thing is there is a shopping centre here where you can get all of your foreign comforts. You get to see all of the brands that you see in other shopping centres. It's a small one, but you still get your cafes, your restaurants, a place called Villa Market, where you can, honestly, you can get everything from Hellmann's mayonnaise to Heinz tomato ketchup, whatever you want. However, these places are all about being away from the big roads because they are a bit dirty and noisy and chaotic. So we're going to get into the neighborhood in just 20 seconds, not even that, 10 seconds away from the BTS station. You get into the heart of Ari where everything calms down. So we're going to turn off the main road and down into one of the main streets of Ari. And straight away, well, I was going to say street food sellers, but it's actually not. It's flower sellers. Sawadee krab. Ah, friendly. Kop kun krab. They are stunning. Look at those displays. Absolutely stunning. But down here, oh, we really are in street food city. Bananas being grilled. Sawadee krab. Got to be friendly and say hello. Sawadee krab is hello in Thai. But as you can see, okay, cars are pulling off here, but it becomes a little less chaotic. And the further you get from that main road, the less chaotic it gets. Fruit stalls. Oh, this is what I like to see, guys. Got fruit stalls selling here. Look at these. These are, I think, called Marion plums. These are delicious, by the way, in season. Bananas, of course, all different varieties of banana. Mangoes. Snakehead fruit, I think it's called, or snake fruit. Selling vegetables and selling fruit. That's good to see. And then down here we have more and more street food. Oh my God. Look at this. Who was worried about street food in this area? You know, I've got to admit, I can put up with a lot of things in an area that I'm going to live, but if it doesn't have good food, it's not going to work for me. So seeing street food on the street is a big thing. And I know you might think, oh, in Bangkok, there's street food everywhere. There is. But the city is changing, and there are some areas which are cleaning up the street food and trying to move them into restaurants. And obviously that changes the vibe. And okay, I don't want to eat street food every day, but it is the go-to here. So to have it around is a good thing, and to see it is a good thing. And I think this area we'll see today, this area has a plethora of street food, but it also has a huge variety of, you know, different cuisines as well and different levels. And that's why it's quite interesting. Otherwise, it's a bit one-dimensional, right? You want to mix it up, I think. Food is going to feature a lot in this video because it is such an important thing to me. So you're going to see lots of it today. So just off that street, you come to this place, a very pretty little courtyard. And this is what I love about this area. Look how artsy, and look at the vibe here. It's so cool. You have street art or murals on the wall. And you come around here, you have these trees growing over the top with, it looks like painted eggshells, I guess. Coffee, cafes. But then you come out into this courtyard. This is very much Ari for me, and you have things like this all over it, these little pockets of artistic creativity. And then you have these trees and these vines, and it's done purposefully because there's wires spread across, but it's been made to look really, really cool. There's a creative, artistic vibe underneath, and you walk around. You can walk around all of the little streets, all of the little alleyways, and you will find something new, something creative, something pretty, a little cafe. I love that. It's like you're exploring in your neighborhood, always exploring in your neighborhood. And you'll get pockets like this. You'll just turn down a little alley and it'll break open into this big courtyard. I love that, and I think that's interesting, and it should be somewhere, or where you live should be somewhere like that, because of course I'll be exploring, and if you're visiting the city, you'll be going out exploring the city. But you want to come back to a place that's interesting, that you're going to spend a lot of your time in, of course. You know, I have friends who live in places like this, who they'll just go for the cheapest thing that they can find, and they'll go way out into the suburbs because it's all about price for them. So they'll find somewhere for like $200, but okay, the room might be okay, of course, but there's just not a lot going on. It's very, very local, and if they want to do anything, it's 30 or 40 minutes to get to do anything. This sounds good, it feels good, it's good for the wallet, but it's not really something that I'm interested in. I'd rather spend a little bit more and get a little bit more, if you see what I mean. But what about you guys? Let me know in the comments. Are you on the spend a bit more and get a bit more, or are you just going for the cheapest thing? That'll be interesting. Don't slate me for it, it's just my opinion. I think I travel like that too. I'd rather have the private room than the dorm room, let's say that, and that's always been the case. Anyway, the cafe culture here is also a big bonus, it's a big plus. Now, I'm off coffee. I haven't been drinking coffee for over a year, but I do have it once a week, and I save it for a night or a day where I've not slept well the night before. And unfortunately, I didn't sleep well last night. So let's go find a cafe and let's try the coffee scene here. Coffee, and I've come to what is probably the most famous cafe in the neighborhood of Ari. It's called Nana Coffee Roasters, and it's famous and popular because it's absolutely stunning. It's pretty on the inside. You have a big open area where they're making all your coffee, but also the outside. The outside is really where it's at, full of greenery, full of plants. It's like you're in a little oasis, and I think it's popular because a lot of people come and take their social media photos, of course, as you can imagine. Now, it's not the cheapest cafe, but the benefit of Ari is you have tons of cafes you can go and just get a quick coffee, cafes you can go and you can chill and you can work, whether you want anything interesting, because in Thailand they do some really interesting things with their coffee. Of course you have the normal coffees, but then they put fruit juice in their coffee, they do all sorts of things, beer coffee, butter coffee, all sorts of things you wouldn't even think of, and then they do this, dirty coffee. Look at that, this is one of my favorites. And if I'm only drinking coffee once a week, I can have something interesting like this. It's half full fat milk and half what I would call cream, I think. They chill it right down and then they pour the coffee on top very carefully so it sits on top and then it seeps into that cream. Now I've taken a few shots so it's not quite as cold as it should be, but you should be having it super cold. And the interesting part is, well, I'll try it and then I'll tell you. Yes, you get the warm coffee or the hot coffee that's sitting on top, and then you get the chilled milk below. It's so easy to drink, so interesting. I mean, it's a bit naughty, it's a bit of a treat. But the thing that blows my mind about it, it tastes like buttered toast, exactly like buttered toast, which is a bit weird coming from a coffee. So good. It doesn't last very long, that's the problem. It's kind of a bit more if you want to drink more and more. 150 baht, so what, $3.50? Which isn't a bad price. I mean, well, you would pay that in the UK for a rubbish coffee, but not here. Coffee in Thailand is such good quality. The annoying thing is for me, they don't really do decaf. You don't really see decaf around like you do in Europe. So yeah, just once a week for me as a treat. And my life is much better from it, I would say. It was causing me a few issues with my stomach, and now that's cleared up and I haven't had that problem for over a year. So if you are having issues like that, try giving up caffeine and see how that goes. I do have to get a move on though, because I have an appointment to view the condo. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and then I'm going to see you guys at the condo, and we're going to see how much we can get. I think the price is $500. So what can you get for $500 in one of the trendiest neighborhoods in Bangkok? Let's go find out. Let me tell you about my new suitcases, because they really are fantastic. For this trip, I'm using the Level 8 luminous textured 3-piece set, and it comes in 3 different sizes, so I'm covered for a quick weekend trip or a long-haul international flight. The shells are made from lightweight polycarbonate that is durable and waterproof. They also have built-in TSA-approved locks. My favourite thing about these suitcases are the silent 360-degree wheels that are genuinely the smoothest wheels I've ever used on a suitcase. Inside, it's just so easy to pack. Both sides have separation netting, which compresses the items instead of just a single compression strap like you have on some suitcases. The exterior has a textured finish, and it's also anti-scratch. It's simply a reliable, straightforward set of bags that makes the actual travel part just a little bit easier. If you would like to get your own, all the information and the link is in the description. Now, I wanted to show you a condo, and I wanted to see a condo in this area because I've been enjoying the last week or so in the condo that I'm in. But I said in the previous vlog, it's just a little bit too small. Let me show you. Let me see what you think. This, you never know, this could be a strong contender. Okay, welcome. 45 square meters, as I say. And it's a different layout to the one I have. So before I have Sky Bar or Sky Kitchen, where you have the kitchen down at the bottom. I'm not the biggest fan of that. So I've changed this one. This one I found has the kitchen at the, near the door. Big bar and table, 2 chairs. That's quite cool. I like that. So you can sit there and eat or work. But the bar here with the view. So the view is right down the end, but you still see it. Sink. This hob they've told me is going to be replaced because it's chipped. But microwave, big fridge freezer, which is nice. Happy with that. And then storage space here. In here, it's actually just used for cleaning products, but there's going to be a washing machine in there, apparently. It's on the way. The lounge, as I say, is at the far end by the view. And I thought, to be honest, what am I going to be doing more? Cooking more or chilling and relaxing? Chilling and relaxing, of course, so having the view next to that kind of makes more sense, right? But you have a big sofa, and some of them don't have big sofas. Little coffee table, flat screen TV, of course, and aircon in here as well. That's very important to have the aircon. But this is it, guys. Actually, I'm gonna hold you this. I'm gonna hold off and show you that. I'm gonna show you the bedroom first. So into the bedroom, and this is where there's a little bit more space. Actually, there's a little bit more space here in the lounge, but there is more space here in the bedroom as well. So you've got a nice big double bed. Some storage here, which is good because there isn't a huge amount of storage in these places. More aircon in the room. And then same as the other one, you have a dresser, dressing table, and cupboard here where you can store your clothes. I think this is the same size. So to be honest, I would probably get something and put it here, a little bit more storage, because I think more storage space, the better, really. But the room is big, I like this, and actually it feels a lot more airy. And then the bathroom, now it's split in this one, so you have the sink, big mirror, and then the shower. Actually the shower is quite spacious, but you've got the rain shower up top. Then you have the hand shower down on the bottom, and then the bathroom. Decent little space. We have very important bum gun, sink, and another big mirror, but this can be shut off, so you can shut it off. I mean, it's separate anyway. I would say those 10 square meters make a big difference, really big difference, I would say, just in terms of how it feels. But the biggest difference for me is, of course, the view, the south-facing view. That is simply spectacular. Views across the whole of the center of Bangkok. And Ari, of course, down here is Ari. But those views are incredible, incredible. And the sun rises over here, comes up throughout the day, and will set down over here. So you're going to get sunset. Looking down is not for the faint-hearted, but that's the selling point, isn't it? Anyway, I'm getting a little hungry, so we're gonna pop back into the center of Ari and we're gonna get some lunch. This one looks good. Lunch, and we've already seen that this area has a lot of street food, and I did tell you that it has a whole range of food from very expensive to mid-tier. I wanted to show you something a bit higher than street food. I wanted to treat myself. It's my first few days in Bangkok after all, but also I just wanted to see the culinary scene in this area, and I've come to this place. It's called Maya, made in Ari. It's half restaurant, half cafe, half art studio, just a cool place to hang out, it seems. They make everything homemade. You can see them baking in the back. They make homemade kombucha. That's set out on some shelving. That looks cool. But I've got to be honest, what caught my eye was the menu. Found it on Google Maps when I was looking through, and the menu, and one dish in particular really stood out to me. Normally, it lands on the table, and I'll take some shots, and then I'll talk on the camera. But to be honest, guys, I want to see this at the same time as you. There's a raw egg that she told me you can stir in and mix in. So let's do the first time reveal. The first time I see it and the first time you see it. Let's see it together. Clay pot rice with duck, cooked in beef fat. Oh my God. And some salmon roe on top. That looks unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at that. The smell is actually incredible. Incredible. I didn't realize, it does say on the menu to be fair, truffle in there as well. You just get hit with that truffle. On the side, we have homemade chili paste, or chili sauce she called it, which I'm very happy about. She said it's spicy. And then, well, that raw egg, I'm gonna get that in there. I'm gonna push the meat to the side. I'm gonna get the egg in there and mix it up into that rice so it cooks and makes it even more unctuous than it already is. I feel like I've gone back in time eating from a clay pot and a wooden spoon. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, let's try that rice first. Cooked in beef fat. Wow, that is unbelievable. You can see that fat, that rice, it just is almost, it's not sticky, but it's cooked perfectly. There's a bite to it. As soon as you put it in your mouth, you get that hit of the fat, that real beefy flavor, and then the smokiness as well, and then the truffle comes through. I could just eat a bowl of that. I mean, I am going to eat a bowl of that, but I could just eat a bowl of that. But I'm sorry for using my hands. We have that perfectly cooked, pink, juicy duck. You can see under the skin, there's the fat there, the golden skin, and then that juicy red meat, cooked absolutely perfectly. Let's just try that. And of course, I had to try some of their homemade kombucha as well. It just looks so good on the shelf over there. Yes, not too sweet. Very good kombucha, actually. But to be honest, guys, it's this dish. I want to get a mouthful, just to finish this little segment off. A mouthful of everything. The truffle, the rice, the duck, of course, and some of that salmon roe as well. Oh, we should get the chili. Little bit of chili sauce on top. That looks good. That looks good. Together, could be a 10 out of 10 dish. Alright guys, I told you they love their social media hotspots, and this is definitely one of them. It's called Gumps Ari. And if you were to design a place with being a social media hotspot in mind, this would be it. The pastel colors, the design of the artwork. It's absolutely made for it, and that's what people do. They dress up nicely, they come out to the cafes here to take their photos, but then they come to this place, and there's lots of people here just chilling, taking photos. There's photo booths here that you can take photos in. There's cafes, there's places you can get snacks and desserts and just relax. There's a claw machine. I'm addicted to them, and I absolutely failed miserably. I think I've only ever won one once in my entire life, but you have to play them when you see a claw machine, don't you? But this area is pretty cool, and for me it sums up this area. This is part of this area, and it's quite cool to see. It's a nice place to hang out, just chill and relax. Anyway, the other important thing for me, as I said, is green space. So next up, we're going to go and check out a local park. Just a couple of stops on the BTS, and I've come to this place, Chatuchak Park. For me, green space when you're living somewhere is super, super important. And I've got to be honest, guys, I'm pretty impressed with this park. It's not the top tier parks, I would say, like Benjikiti Park that we saw in the last video, but to have somewhere near you where you can come out and walk, you can come out and exercise and get a bit of green space, this one is definitely going to do, I would say. There's a large lake, and everyone sat around the lake taking their photos, chilling and relaxing, a few little picnics. That's really nice to see. But the lake is beautiful. That's definitely a surprise. And then you have plants and trees and palm trees and flowers, ferns, all sorts of things. There's squirrels running up the trees. It's just a nice place to come and hang out. You can hear the traffic. It's next to a big road, and of course you have views of a few office buildings and skyscrapers, but we're in the middle of Bangkok. What else do you expect? To be honest, I need somewhere like this. What I love most about these parks in Thailand, or these open spaces in Thailand, is that as the sun goes down and people finish work, people come in here and start exercising. So there are a few people running around, but we're a little bit early, I think. Yeah, we're probably about an hour or so away from when that really picks up. But there's exercise machines in here that you can do as well. That's a nice touch, even though you have a gym in the condos. But I just love it. It's perfect people watching. You can just sit there, if you're not doing the exercise, watching people running around. They do dancing. I saw that the other day, people doing dancing to music in a group, big group. You don't really get that. I mean, you do get that, but you don't get it like this, I would say, back in Europe, and I love it. It's one of the things I like doing in the evening. So I would say this place is ticking a lot of boxes. Ari is ticking a lot of boxes, but I'm gonna head back home. I'm going to change. It's a hot, sticky day today. And then we're gonna head out for dinner, try and get some street food for dinner. And then I think I found a nice place for a cocktail to finish this video up. Both dishes look so good that I just had to order them both. And I remember Gary, the roaming cook, he said to me, the only place he eats pad thai is where they cook Courtyard, crispy mussel omelette. And this one I've ordered with squid. I've gone prawns and squid on the pad thai, 80 baht, $2. And I've gone squid and mussels on the mussel omelette. They look fantastic, just the way they were cooking on that hot plate. And she was cleaning it down each time, taking care. I actually didn't think, it's quite smart how she cooked it in individual pieces, you know, cracking the egg into the middle and then putting the noodles on top and then cooking each one individually to really get that flavor of the hot plate. I'm just going to add a few little things on it. I want a few more peanuts on my pad thai. So on the table in Thailand, you get this. You get the basket of goodies. So here we've got peanuts, we've got sugar, we've got fish sauce, and we've got roasted chili flakes. So I'm gonna add a bit of that on there as well, just a little bit. Ease ourselves back in. Don't want too much at this stage, and a little bit on there too. This one, the pancake actually comes with a dipping sauce, but it's a bit sweet for me. It looks fabulous, fabulous. I even let them put bean sprouts in, and I'm not a big fan of bean sprouts because, well, it looked too good. Look at that. Look at that. Welcome to Thailand. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That might be up there with the best pad thai I've ever had. So I'm gonna do a little bit of lime, fresh lime, which comes on the plate. You get more bean sprouts, that's pushing their luck, and lime, and some green onion. So I'm gonna have a little bit of that, and I'm gonna do a touch of fish sauce, just because I like things salty. Unbelievable, top tier pad thai. And let me just show you this crispy mussel omelette. They're again cooked on the hot plate. Their batter goes down, egg and that seafood as well. You can see how crispy and paper thin it is. I mean, it was just sizzling away on that hot plate, and it's absolutely jam-packed with squid and with mussels in there as well. There'll be little plump mussels stuck in there as well. Don't worry about seafood in Thailand, guys. Don't worry about street food in Thailand. You're going to love it, and trust me, there's enough people here that they're not going to be interested in giving food poisoning. Everything was on ice, everything was clean. It looks so good. That might be even better. So cheap, so tasty, super friendly. He speaks English as well, so definitely don't need to worry about that. The atmosphere is nice. There's another place, I think a drinks place, just across the street from this. This also looks pretty. I'm going to go 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. Final part of the video, exploring Ari, I've come for a cocktail. It's a place called Farmer's Bar. It's in a little courtyard that I've been to before. I wanted to come and show you it because it's very pretty, and at night this place is very Ari for me. So I wanted to see if it, one, still existed, and two, if it did, I wanted to show you guys. But I found this cocktail bar at the back of it, just this little hut, this little shack. It's called Farmer's Bar, and the story behind it is that the guy is or used to be a farmer, but now he's got a cocktail bar here in Ari. You've got Thai craft beer and cocktails. I've gone for one called the Farmer's Sour, made with Thai spirit, which is of course rum, various other things, and egg white. Sounded a bit weird, but it's his signature, so I thought, why not try it? Now, if you were wanting to stay in this area, there is a hostel here called The Yard. Really highly rated on Google Maps, so maybe that's worth looking out for. But this cocktail looks fantastic, and the perfect way to end the day, right? So, how good is it? That is good. And as far as Bangkok goes, cracking value, 250 baht, just $5 for a cocktail. There's Thai music playing, friendly atmosphere. Again, there's people out here. I just love the atmosphere in this area. It's just a step back. Bangkok is chaos. Bangkok is crazy, of course, but Ari seems to be just 1 or 2 notches back. You can chill, you can relax, you can bump into people and have a chat. Not necessarily like the other areas of Bangkok. It's all a bit chaotic. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna enjoy the cocktail. I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10 cocktail, 9.5 out of 10 maybe. I'm gonna enjoy the atmosphere, gonna chill a little bit. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.